Okay, let's take a look at a quick concept sketch of that little simple shape. And I'm going to do this one as a 2-point perspective, which means that I've got some sort of a vertical line. That's vertical lines are straight up and down, and all other lines end up going to some point on the horizon. And I didn't get my horizon very straight there. I'm going to put the horizon there. And depending on where you put the horizon, is where you're kind of looking at this part from. Okay, so I've got my two horizon points, I got my vertical line, and now my front face, it goes back about 3 inches. And in perspective, as you go back toward the horizon point, um, it it shrinks, and so you really can't get distance. So I'm going to call that my 3 inches away. And then I know in the other direction that it kind of does the same thing. So I'm going to kind of go that same distance over. There we go. And this is a quick sketch, so that's good enough. Now I know on the right side there's some sort of a thing on the bottom. So about a third of the way up, I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to draw a line through it. And that's where my little cube will sort of start. Okay, and then it's going to come out. And so it's got to follow the line to the other horizon point as it goes out. And so this will go out. I'm following that line, and I'm following that line, and I'm following that line. And these up and down lines will connect. So that's the little pokey out point on the right hand side, right hand face. And I've darkened that up. I know that that should kind of go away. We wouldn't see that for real. Now let me do the one that's on the top, and that sort of lines up with this face and kind of comes over a third of the way, and that one's going to be straight up and down. And then this one will go back to this point. I'm always, when I'm drawing a face, I'm going back to the correct one, and it looks like it's going to go there. So that's what that top pokey up point looks like. And I should have not put that part in, but that's okay. I could erase that. Now I've got this one. So it's going to come up a third of the way, which is really kind of there. It's got to follow on that same spot, and it's got to come over about a third of the way over, and it'll come straight down. And this one will come about a third of the way over and come straight down. And then what happens here? This one goes back. So it's going to go back to about there. And this one comes back to there. So it looks really odd from a perspective point of view, this little part that's pushed in. And then we'll get that one right there. So that's the perspective sketch of the simple shape. And that's a 2-point perspective. And let's always make sure that we're doing our good work here of saying what it is, who did it, and when it was done, and what it's called, simple shape. And that's what it would look like in a perspective 3D view drawn on a flat piece.